how to animate in Blender. So, yeah, so basically animation, it's pretty simple. It's simple to do. It's just very time consuming. So, first thing you're gonna want to do is create something to animate first. So what I'm gonna do is animate a cube first, and then animate a character for you guys. Okay, so what you're gonna want to do is whatever your model is, this is not going to be, this way of doing it is not going to move multiple parts. It's going to just move the whole object. So if you had a arm or something like that, then it will move the arm too. So the way I'm going to show you next is going to be able to move the arm. Okay, but first we're going to click I and then lock rot. And as you can see on this timeline here, we have a frame. And each one of these is a frame. So now you move over to around 10, and then you move it or rotate it, and then press I lock rot. And I'll go through what I lock rot means in a minute here. So now we go to 20, and we move it over there, I lock rot. And that's pretty cool, but what if we wanted it to go back to its original position? Then we need to go to the dope sheet. So now that you see we have that, we can go to the dope sheet here. So you click this thing here. As you can see, we're on timeline. We were. Now we click dope sheet. And if you press period on your number pad, you can zoom in to the dope sheet here. And then you can select the first one by pressing B and then dragging. Shift D and then move it to whatever position you want to. And now we can see we have that. And so if we selected them all, we can make it shorter by scaling it down or longer by scaling it up. Yep, there we go. Alright, so that's pretty good though for now. Now let me show you guys what all this insert keyframe menu stuff is. So as you can see, we have the location, the rotation, and the scaling. Next is location in the rotation, the location in the scale, the location and rotation and the scale, the rotation and scale, and then the rest of these are pretty much stuff you don't need to worry about right now. Okay, so that's pretty good. We have our nice little animation here, but if we add like an arm to this, or a head, or some fake legs. Yeah. Alright. There we go. If we just added something simple, you can see our character moves around with it. And what if you just wanted to move the arm or the head? Well, that's where this part comes in. So let's select him. And let's create a cube. And let's edit him a little bit. So I'm going to do Control R and create his hips here. And then I'm going to make a split down the middle for his legs. There you go. This is going to be a very simple character. It's not going to look the best. There you go. But just for basic purposes, this guy will work just fine. Alright, so as you can see, we have our character, and if we did that same technique we did before, it just won't work. You can't just have your character jumping around, hopping. I mean, you could do that, but it's not the bestest of things to do there. There we go. This guy will work for now. He's not the best character in the world, as you can see, but he works. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you guys this way of doing it. So you do Shift A, create under armature, click single bone, and then the first bone you're gonna want to put at his hips. It does matter where you put it. So if you just put it on his arms, the center position of your character would be on the arm, which won't work. So let's extrude this bone, create the chest. Yeah, and then you extrude it outwards that way and create the legs. We'll create a knee there in a minute. Make sure you have a knee, because if you are doing walking animations, which most of you probably will be, you need a knee there. And basically, a knee is just a loop cut. Alright, so now if we edit him again, we can extrude it this way. And again, you need an elbow, so let's create an elbow. Okay, so now we can create the head. And we are finished with making our bones of our character. Okay, so the next thing you're going to want to do is select your character, then select the bones, and then click Control P. So Control P at the same time. And then do with automatic weights. And once you click that, basically when you move this around, or when you go into pose mode under this panel here, you can see pose mode. You can now move around your character very simply. There we go. And if you want to make him go back to his original position, you click Pose, Clear Transform All. And of course, you have to select the whole thing to do that. Okay, so now that we've done that, you can select each part of the bone. And let's just say we wanted to do a walking animation. So we position it for the first step of walking. This armature is not the best, by the way. It just works for now. So this is a very basic one. There we go. And let's just rotate our character's arms here. There we go. And we'll click I lock right. We'll select it all. And then go over a couple of frames. And then move our character's legs. And his arms. And then click I lock right. Select it all, of course. And then go back to the middle. And if you see, we're just like, it's a little bit weird. So we want to pick this leg up. Click I lock right. Actually, not that leg. It needs to be this leg. So this is our first position. And then in the middle, we want to be picking our leg up to go out. There we go. And now a couple of frames over. So let's just do 20. Let's rotate this back and then rotate this guy forward. And then, of course, back in the middle, we want to pick this leg up. Not that leg, sorry. So we want to pick this one up. I lock right. And then, there we go. So that is our guy's walking animation. Of course, I forgot to go back to the arms. And that works for Unity. So, if you guys wanted to do this in Unity, I will show you how to do that. So, we can go ahead and... There we go. So, let's go ahead and save this. Actually, let's go into Unity first. So, let's open up Unity. Alright, and we'll create a new project, and this will be animation testing. So if we create this project, we'll just call it character test. Okay, and that's good. It should create the project and it should open up. So now what we want to do is save this guy under our documents, and wherever our character test and assets, we can save this guy as our character. And you can create multiple animations for this. I'm going to create an idle animation, or yeah, let's do that first. So pose on 30, we'll click pose, clear transform all. And if you want to frame forward without animating, then it will reset, just saying. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and move his arms down and make a little swing here. So I lock right, and then move it to 40, and then rotate these guys again. And then I lock right, and then we can go into the dope sheet and duplicate that frame there, and move it to 50. There we go. And that looks pretty good. Okay. Next, what you're going to want to do is just do the run animation here. Just to do it. Okay. So let's make him have long legs, and we'll shoot him forward some and create our running animation. Let's pull that forward. Yeah, that works. Doesn't look the best, but because of the armature that we have made, but that's okay. So I'm gonna put that one forward. There we go. I lock right, and then at 70, we're just gonna position this forward and then rotate our arms. Go, and we'll pull a little bump in his chest. There we go. Okay, so here we can see we're just going like that, and that's not the best. So we want to actually like leap. So our legs should be really up, and we should be leaping really fast. So now we lock right this, and wrong leg again. It's okay. So let's see which leg's moving forward. It's this leg, so we want to leap it forward. There we go. And then we can go back, but for now we don't have to. You can finish this animation really quickly, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to save this and go back to Unity, and we should see our character imported in just a minute here. There we go. By the way, if you're wanting to watch this for Blender on just animation, then you can go ahead and stop this video and go ahead and quit it, because we're not going to be doing anything else in Blender right now. We're just going to be going right into Unity. And if you want to just do this in Unity and you already know how to do animation, then of course just keep it here and keep watching, because we're not going to be doing anything else in Blender. Okay, so this first animation we'll call idle. Next one we'll call walk. And then the next one we'll call run. Okay, so our idle animation, we need to click loop, and on all these we need to click loop. And as you can see, we are starting on 0 and ending at 249. And in Blender, we're starting on, let's see, where is our idle? We're starting on 30 and ending at 50. So we'll start at 30 and end at 50. And now our character is idling here. And there, that's good. So under our walk, we go back to Blender. And our walk is at 0 and ends at 20. Yeah, ends at 20. Starts at 0 and ends at 20. There we go. And then, of course, all we have left is our run. So now we go into Blender. And as I said, we're not doing anything in Blender, but you might be thinking, well, we're doing something in Blender now. Why are you doing that? Well, that's because we have to do this, and this is just part of Unity that you have to figure it out. We're not really doing anything. Alright, so start at 60, end at, let's see, 75. Start at 80. Oh, that's not right. Start at 60, sorry, end at 75. Start at 60, end at 74. I guess that works. Alright. So if you pull this in right now, and of course we have to apply it, so go ahead and click apply. Alright. And if you played this, nothing would happen at all. Like, at all. So what we need to do is create a Animator controller. And we'll call this character controller. Okay, so open this up. And as you can see, we have something in here. Basically, this stuff is, we're not going to delete it, but it's not really, you can't really delete it, I don't think, can you? No, you can't. So don't worry about that stuff. Just pull the idle animation in first. Make sure the idle animation is first, then the walk, and then the run. Okay, so now this stuff is pretty simple. We're just going to change the run speed to 1.8. And now under idle, we're going to right click it and make transition to walk. And then we're going to make a transition back from walk. And then we're going to make a transition to run, and then make a transition back from run to walk, and then same thing with the idle to the run. Okay, so now we have a little loop here. So basically we're saying, actually let's do the parameters first. So if you create a new boolean, and we'll call this boolean walk, and of course we get to create one called run. And now if we click the transition, we can click new, and that's walk, which means, okay, so we're going to be walking if that's true, and then we're going to be walking, we're going to be idling if we're not walking. Now if we're running, then do the running animation, and if we're not running but we're walking while we're running, then I do the walk animation, just same thing over here. Run and run. Make sure you set these to false. So the ones going back should be false. Yep. Okay, so now that we have that, you can play this and it would sort of work. You just it's not automated yet, so it won't automatically do it when you press any keys. So if you played this, he's idling. And you click walk, and he should walk. And you click run, and he should run. But that's not the best, because he's just we're not going to be able to do that in an app. You can't just come over here and click it. So we need to set it to true through a script. So go ahead and create a new script and call it Animator. We'll just do player controller. That works. We don't have a strafe animation, so it might look a little silly, but that's alright. And basically all we're going to do is create a pretty simple function. I mean, it's a little long. We're just going to say if input dot get key down. There we go. And we'll delete this input here. If you're using Sublime Text, the free version, that's what happens with Unity. Okay, so keycode dot, and we'll do W, and then we're gonna walk. So basically you can just do this multiple times, or you can just put like the or. So basically it's just saying or, and then paste this in, or if we're going backwards, or if we're going sideways, just A. You just keep doing that, but we'll just do W for now. Okay, then we're going to say this .get component Animator dot set bool, and we're going to set the bool walk to be true, and then we're going to say if input dot get key up. Or you can just put else here. So like if we're not pressing that, or you could put if input dot get key up. We'll just put the else statement here. Then walk equals false. Sorry if you hear noise in the background just there. Okay, so we're gonna say, and we'll just do the run. And of course, we need to put an or statement here, or and, sorry. We're gonna do if we're walking and we're pressing W. So keycode dot left shift. There we go. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay, so then we'll set run to true, and basically we'll just copy this part here. Delete that last thing. Come up here, paste. And instead of walk, we'll put run. Okay, so this is a simple script on how to do it. There's more other stuff that you can do. Okay, so if we played this, we actually can't yet. We have a couple errors. Key code does not exist in the current context. That is because probably we put that C needs to be capital, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure. And I think that's all. Yep, okay. So, we're walking. Now we should. Alright, so I accidentally did get key down. We need to do get key. There we go. Now get key down. Alright, now play this again. And you should be able to walk right away and then stop. And then you press shift, nothing happens, but you press shift and run. Here we go. And then you go back to walking. Or you can press both of them. And then just let go of shift. Let's see. There we go. That is how you animate a character in Unity. If you want to do this with the first person controller, you can. You just have to assign that script to it. It's a basic script. There's other ways to do it too, but that's pretty much the basic way of doing it. Alright. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.